So family sitcoms, there's a lot of them. So many, in fact, that the history of how the family sitcom has changed to reflect changes in society is an essay in and of itself. So let's skip all that and focus on what we talked about with the other two sitcom essays. What are the successful elements that make up the family sitcom genre show? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? It's a family, a well-cast group of actors who get good dialogue. They'll live their lives, they'll fight over some things, they'll forgive each other, and by the end of the episode, everything will be back to normal. In my workplace sitcom video, I talked about how the setting wasn't as important as having strong central figures to wrap the show around. I don't think that applies to the family sitcom. I think family sitcoms can't have one character be stronger than the others, because it stops being a show about a family then and becomes a show about a person and their family. Which sounds like it's the same thing, but it's not. Michael may be the central character in Arrested Development, but it's a show about a family. Its strength is its cast of characters.
No, the party is not for Buster anymore.
No, Michael, it's for you.
Me. Take a look at Banner, Michael.
And I wouldn't necessarily call it a sitcom. A sitcom has to end with a restoration of normality. Imagine what Arrested Development would have been like if it ended with everyone hugging and learning a lesson in every episode. Where would the humour be then?
She's trying to prove that she's closer to my children than I am, but the joke's on her because she doesn't know how little I care for Job.
Think that makes the joke on Job.
I have a stance on family sitcoms that might actually surprise you. I don't necessarily want them to stray too far from the formula. I mentioned in passing how rewatchability is important in any sitcom, but what we have yet to touch on is the reason why sitcoms have these restorations of normality, these generic happy endings, is because there's comfort in watching that, and there's comfort in watching a caring family. Look at the Goldbergs. Being set in the 80s, it stands out from the pack a little more because it has its little gimmick, but it's still your standard family sitcom. Your grumpy dad, your overbearing mother, the above-it-all teen, the jock, it's pretty by the numbers there. But what I like about this show is it's aware of its own formula. You can clock on early that most of the problems are solved by the dad buying something, and in Season 4, Episode 6, one of the B characters even comments on that for you.
Dude, when are you gonna learn?
What?
It's like every week you go to your dad and ask him to support one of your insanely geeky hobbies.
Name one.
Robots, swords, video games, space camp, D&D, magic, Fraggles, a new computer so you could weird science up a hot girl.
I live a rich life, Dave Kim.
That awareness really lends itself to some strong writing. This show has some fantastic running gags that they get good mileage out of. The JTP, Dave Kim.
Dude, you're Romeo.
I know, Dave Kim.
Romeo kisses Juliet.
I know, Dave Kim.
And Dana is Lady Montague?
Oh no, Dave Kim.
The nice moments and emotional music closer.
This is where we bought Adam his first video camera.
Wow, these receipts really mean a lot to you, huh?
They mean everything. And I keep them all here, in my heart file.
Oh, Murray.
That's the thing about marking the moment. Everyone does it in their own way.
What a crock of
The Adam F. joke.
There's another Adam Goldberg. There's another Adam Goldberg in school. He's in 11th grade. He's an actor, too. He's got more of a Jim Jarmusch vibe. He's more of a multi-hyphenate. He's a loose cannon. He's way more likely to win an award than me. And he's very mad about the whole same name situation.
That takes 16 episodes to pay off. It's all great stuff. It does, however, hit a snag when it faces that one major problem that all family sitcoms have. The kids get older. The thing with family sitcoms is they tend to run for so many seasons that the kids in the family grow up. And because they want to make this look like a normal family, they want the characters to go to college, so they have to find a way to write them off. But because the family sitcom is an ensemble piece, you can't write them off. You have to come up with some lame reason to stop them from going to college, or to stop them from going to a college too far from home. I have a lot of things I want to say about how sitcoms send characters to college, so much so there's probably going to be another essay on that, and it's going to be about social economic representation, so look forward to that. But as we're talking about family sitcom elements, and we need to address that one part of the family sitcom genre, how do family sitcoms handle sending one character away to college? Not very well. The Goldbergs did a really weird take on it, where the brother and sister ended up living together for a bit until they realized that they had these great side characters they weren't using in the JTP.
JTP.
And they just moved them all over to that part of the story.
I'm moving out of the dorm and into the Jenkintown Posse's Jenkintown pad.
JTP's JTP!
None of us were loving our living situations.
And we hang out so much together anyway.
Now we don't have that painful goodbye at the end of each hang.
Side note here, I have a spin-off script for the JTP that you are going to love, Adam F. Goldberg, so, get at me. Blackish handled the whole character moving away for college thing better than most sitcoms. They just span it off. I'm not usually a fan of spin-offs, but I'm also not a big fan of storylines and of shows that focus on, post-millennials being young and happy, because that doesn't speak to me. I'm glad they just put that in a different show that I don't have to watch. I'm old, and family sitcoms are made for an older audience like me. I want comfort in my show, something that knows the formula but doesn't get lazy with it. I want something that's going to feel timeless. I want characters that I like to keep doing the same things that I like them for, and I know aren't going to be written or spun off anytime soon. What does a family sitcom have to do to be able to hold on to those successful elements? The good cast, good use of formula, and somehow finding a way to make it all feel like it's timeless. You want to watch a show about a family that can make you care, a family that care about each other, and a family that aren't going to split up or be spun off. With this in mind, this is my pick for the best family sitcom.
Listen, pep talk. Big day today. It's our grand reopening. It's Labor Day weekend, and it looks like Wonder Wharf is getting mobbed, so we have
Big day for another reason, too.
Linda, I'm in the middle of my pep talk.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Do your pep.
So we have to sell some burgers. Every year this weekend makes or breaks us. Who's farting?
It's Jane's sound effects thing.
I thought that made you sound like a robot.
It does robot voice, laser sound, and fart noise.
Oh, God. Listen, your mother and I have to go downstairs and grind the meat. But you kids know where you're supposed to be while we're gone, right? Tina, you're on the grill.
My crotch is itchy.
Whoa.
Okay. Are you telling me as my daughter or as my grill cook? Because my grill cook would never tell me that.
Oh.
Also, my daughter should probably not say anything like that to me. Tell her. Tell your mom.
My crotch is itchy?
Come here, let me see.
Linda, not now.
No, let's all see it.
No.
God damn do I love me some Bob's Burgers. Family sitcoms can so easily fall into the traps of being too sappy, and animated sitcoms use the fact that they're animated to separate themselves from a relatable reality. But Bob's Burgers just works. Even if it does get a bit zany with the premises sometimes, it still resonates, and it always will because of that one line in the first episode that tells you all you need to know about this family.
All right, listen. You're my children, and I love you, but you're all terrible at what you do here. And I feel like I should tell you, I'd fire all of you if I could.
Sums it all up right there. Most all family sitcoms have that episode where it's usually the mum approaches the dad and says, "You're not expressing your feelings enough." Some of them get 2 or 3 episodes out of this premise with their different kids, but Bob's Burgers skips that all in the first scene of the first episode. He says, "Look, you know I love you, but the premise of this show is we sell burgers, and you're not helping me do that." The Belcher kids are so unique compared to any other sitcom characters, animated or otherwise. But because they are animated, they get to stay the same lovable goofball kids that you enjoy watching.
Oh my God!
It's like looking in a mirror.
No, it isn't, Gene.
Who's Gene?
I already can't tell who's who.
Take that stuff off.
Lynn, get in here and settle this.
Don't call your mother Lynn.
What? Oh, wow. Hey, whoa, travel-size Bob. Aw.
Linda, you're encouraging him.
I need the bathroom. Oh, wow, this is confusing.
No, it's not.
You're my family and I love you, but you're terrible. You're all terrible.
I don't say that.
Well, that's all you say.
You kind of do.
Unbelievable.
Gene?
Bob.
All right, enough.
Enough.
As hard as Bob works to keep his restaurant going and as little as the kids help probably hinder him from doing that, you still see how much these parents love their kids and how tight this family is.
You know, I don't actually think you're horrible, right? It's just something I said because sometimes you are.
Bob.
At restaurant stuff. But then, look at what you did. You cared about this place so much, you were going to break a window for it.
I'd do more than that. I'd kill a guy.
Well, okay, don't do that. But I just want to say, you kids are great. Maybe the best ever.
Including that kid from Jerry Maguire?
You love us. You love us.
I do.
Nerd.
It's not like in King of the Hill, which was a great show, but the boy ain't right line reaches a point of diminishing returns when at least 3 times a season Bobby and Hank would find something to bond over, but because it has that needing to restore normality thing to it, it just resets after that episode. And then the boy ain't right again. That bond's gone straight away. The bond in Bob's Burgers is there from the first episode, and it will be there in every episode.
Yeah, that's right. Put on that pretty, pretty lipstick, Tammy. Then kiss your ass goodbye with it.
Yeah, unless you lived inside of Mom, you can't mess with Tina. We're Belchers, from the womb to the tomb.
Another thing we didn't cover is the family sitcom is the one that lends itself to drama the most. And I'm not just talking about the on the very special episode thing, which happens more in the, well, which used to happen more in the family sitcom. I'm talking about the genre where you need the emotional conclusion. The buddy sitcom, that's for like ascertainable goals. And the workplace sitcom, that's relatable stories. The family sitcom is designed to make you have feelings. Like, there's not one part of Blackish I can relate to. Everything in that show outside of that game of Monopoly is completely foreign to me, but I still feel watching it. I still emotionally invest in those characters, and I still enjoy watching the show. So the conclusion to what makes a good family sitcom isn't that surprising. It's a good family, even something that's meant to be about like a broken family, like Malcom in the Middle. Like, it's still about a family that do care for each other, you know? The sitcom family needs that a good family paired with some fresh characters, good writing, and you can set that on the moon if you want. As long as that family living up on the moon care for each other and those actors all work well together, you've got a hit. Is it emotional manipulation? Yeah. But does it get you to care about a family that aren't real in places that you've never been to and times that you didn't live through and backgrounds that you can't relate to? I think it does. And that's the 3 sitcoms styles. Yeah. I don't know what the next episode is going to be. You're going to have to subscribe to find out. And while you are subscribing, you'll find there is plenty of other content coming up on the YouTube channel, including a D&D campaign that's pretty fun. More video essays will be coming. Just stay tuned, and thanks for sticking with me on this 3-parter, and hopefully continue sticking with me for the rest of whatever's coming.